Good morning, formerly Bill Powell. Good morning. Let's say Bill. Good morning, Bill. I hope you had a wonderful week. Smoke them if you got them, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Connie Kelly. How are you? I'm doing great. I am doing great. I hope you had a wonderful week, Connie Kelly. Where's Kevin? Where is everybody? It's Saturday morning. It was nice, and he's snoozing. Well, Connie, you tell Kevin good morning for me when he wakes up. And I hope the both of you have a wonderful weekend ahead and a terrific week next week coming up. Molly, good morning, sweetheart. How are you doing this morning, love? Good morning, Will. Molly, I'm glad you're here today. I hope you had a terrific week. I shared your predator video on your Discord, Bill. That's cool. Thank you. Today is my birthday. I chose to spend my morning with you, each and every one of you. My family is currently inside the house planning my birthday breakfast. I am 50 plus today. I am celebrating another day, another birthday after the age of 50. Won't say exactly where. Let's just say I've already had my 50th and I already had my 51st. It's somewhere past there. But I stopped counting at 50 because now this is year 1 or 2 or 3 for the second half of my life. Thank you. Good morning, Colleen. I enjoy being here every Saturday morning and doing these general chats with no topic. We all get to catch up with each other, see how we're doing, we're getting along. I mean, we're living in crazy times. There's nobody in this stream that has ever lived through this or anything like this. What's going on in the world with COVID shutdowns and and turmoil, political wise and everything else, and we're dealing with something completely new, and it's scary. It's unnerving, if nothing else. But at least we get to check up with each other and see how we're all doing, and talk about anything and everything. Your cousin Barbie's birthday too? That's cool. Bye, Bill. You have a great day, Bill, and a terrific week ahead. It's a scary place in the world today. Molly, we do need more people to care about each other. It seems that in a lot of aspects in this world today, and I think it's a lot of the problem can be, traced back to mainstream media. Everybody's out for themselves. It's all about getting that next dollar and being, one step ahead of your neighbors. It's not just keeping up with the Joneses now. Now you need to not only keep up with the Joneses, but you need to make sure that you are well ahead of the Joneses. And if you have to step on the Joneses to get there, media, in the society that we live in pushes that, idea that you need to do anything and everything to get ahead. And a lot of it is social media. It plays into it. The algorithm, on Facebook is going to show you, what you don't like the most about the world around you. The algorithm itself is set up for more interaction. The more they can keep you on there, let's show you enough things to keep you wanting to keep on, on the platform. But let's show you the completely diverse, opposite side, and and keep you on that platform longer. YouTube is to a large extent, they play into that as well. They show you what you like to watch and suggest to you what you like to watch. They tell you what you want to watch on top of it. And I just got noticed, when speaking of that, of YouTube, I just got noticed that here in the next month or so, they're going to be purging all YouTube creator accounts from from people who subscribe to your content, who don't actually interact or watch your content. They're going to start purging accounts to remove people who are subscribers who haven't watched your content in some time. And they're also going to be running a new algorithm that is going to remove bogus and double and triple, subscribed accounts. Like, maybe that you have one email address and you have 3 different usernames. They're going to be removing those from subscribers. So a lot of subscribers are going to see a huge hit in subscriber, counts going the opposite direction. Carol, love in Alaska. Good morning. Well, good morning to you, Carol. I hope you have a terrific day today and weekend. Muriel Banks, hi from Australia. Welcome. Welcome to the Saturday morning chat. There's no topic today, but it's just a general conversation of friends and other creators who are using their own personal accounts. There's quite a few of them who come in here, and we just talk and chat about anything and everything. So if you have something you'd like to talk about, please put it in the comment section here, and let's talk about it. Love in Alaska. My friend Dave just came back from Alaska. He was up by Prudhoe Bay. He builds cabins and homes for a living on, I guess they're homestead homes, or I can't remember. He was explaining it all to me, but he just came back. He's done now for, I think, the next 2 months. And then he's going to some tiny island or someplace up there where someone has got he's got to build another homestead cabin or something. So that's all he does. He works 6 months out of the year, and then he is off, 2-3 months, and then he goes back. But he enjoys it, and he's completely off the grid while he's there. There's no social media, no cell phone, nothing to bother him at all, unless he wants to make an actual effort to actually get to some place that's got Wi-Fi or satellite or something. He loves it. Your hubby works in Prudhoe Bay? That's cool. We have another friend who is on. He's up there fishing. He's on the ship that's on Deadliest Catch, the Cornelius Marie. I think that's the name of the ship. but he's out of Spokane, Washington, but he's up there on that ship. He's been on it for quite a few years. I heard you give some story, read Chris Watts. Such a tragic story that is. Good morning, Mike. Allah Akbar. There's somebody at my front door. That's what my phone keeps on going off for. We have the Ring doorbell. I hope you had a wonderful week, Mike. Emily, good morning. I heard you give some story. Chris Watts, such a tragic story that is. The only thing I've touched on recently on Christopher Watts was he didn't get any birthday cards. I've been asked to do some research for another creator who's still reporting on it, on the Christopher Watts case. Forward in here, not notebook. Well, thank you, Emily. I appreciate the super sticker. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I have a notebook around here somewhere. So one of these. Maybe I threw it away after I was done. Because she asked me to do research on something with had to deal with Christopher Watts and a phone call and a letter. And I reached out to my contact with two forensic examining companies. I don't know. I might have just torn my part off and threw it away, but I sent her the actual reports from both of them. Carrie, good morning. Will and chat. Does anyone feel sorry for Chris or Jody after all their lives are over too? I certainly don't feel sorry for either one of them. That's just my own personal opinion. I don't think either one of them deserves to draw another breath. But I think I have more of a hatred, and I may be wrong. I don't really like to hate anyone, but I have more of a hatred for Christopher Watts than I do for Jody. But damn, it's damn close. The smug look on her face, I just want to slap the living shit out of her. Her smiling in court for what she was there for, and the death of her daughter. And it was just like, come on. No birthday parties for Christopher Watts. Mama there doesn't care. Emily, I think it was more that at the time of the Associated Press reporting on the case, what he most likely did, instead of getting a birthday card from his parents, is they most likely had a telephone. They have a system there at Dodge Correction Center where he can use the and the computer. It's a computer with a telephone where they can actually have a CCTV, like video footage call with the person on the other end. They most likely did that, or they sent him an email or a letter. But he didn't get any birthday cards from anyone, according to the Dodge Correction Center, as of on his actual birthday. Now, he could have got one like a week before, the week after, or whatever. I don't know. They just reported that as of his actual birthday, they hadn't seen any birthday cards come through at Dodge Correction Center for him. I see you. Good morning, Kazap. How you doing this morning? Welcome to the stream. I hope you had a wonderful week. Gianna Marie. Good morning, Gianna. Ooh, what the hell is that? I don't know if you guys saw that. That was weird. You love the deadlift catch, Colleen? That's cool. I have not seen deadlift catch. I think I saw like maybe one or two of the first episodes of the show, and that's it. Excuse me, but I haven't seen it much of it. Oh, he's off to get a haircut. Well, Connie, you tell him, again, good morning, and I hope he has a wonderful day, and I hope you have a wonderful day as well. Good morning, Carrie. Again, scrolling through here. Sam, neither. Sam, just Sam. Sam, neither do I. I feel sorry for the killers. I don't feel sorry for either one of them. Who's Jody? Jody Aries. Good afternoon from the UK. Hey, there's K-Love. Good morning, K-Love. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad that you were able to make it this morning. I bet he expected to get a lot of cards. I don't know. I wish I would have kept those. Wonder if it's one of these papers that I got wadded up in my trash can. Yep, it is. Right on top. So she wanted to know if I could research the 50 or 51 second phone call along with the letter reportedly written to one of his girlfriends that is referred to as baby or baby doll. And I sent them both out to the phone call and the letter to Elite Forensics Studio and JSM Forensics. And neither one of them could confirm the phone call, mainly because it's been highly edited and that it may actually not be an actual real phone call that was made pertaining to the actual subject matter, because there were so many edits in it, and there's a constant background noise that somebody has recorded in the background on purpose at a lower tone. So they couldn't confirm it or voice match it or anything. And the letter, they wouldn't touch the letter because authenticated, because without actually seeing the actual real physical letters themselves. So it wasn't really much of a help for her, for my friend who wishes to remain anonymous, who I guess she had seen it on the channel, Seeking the Truth with Dave. Don't know who they are. Jody Aries killed her BF in the shower, stabbing him to death. Yeah. She deserves to die, though. She's a waste of a human breath. Just want to smack the crap out of her, the smile off her face. There's very few cases, though, that I report on where the individual themselves really gets to me. David Parker, by far, upset me the most. You could look him up on, Google him, David Parker. Samuel Little, Christopher Watts, Jody Aries, and Diana Downs. Those are the cases that I've reported on and covered over the last almost 3 years. That since I've been on YouTube, that have bothered me the most. Other ones that just They don't, it's like, I'm able to make that detachment from, putting my own, or, having my own feelings and emotions about what they did, you know, but for the most part, I'm able to make that actual detachment, so the story doesn't affect me, and then I can still have, and live a normal life, after, reporting and researching on these cases. Because if you look at my life, and what I do, 6 days a week, I'm right here or I'm somewhere else at a courthouse or something. 6 days a week, I am involved and entrenched in some of the worst things that people will do to each other every day. So the only day that I really take off is Sundays. But I do on Sundays, I do true crime trivia, but I do all the questions and everything else in advance. So Sunday, all I have to do is just sit down and actually, go through the trivia with those who watch. But the other 6 days a week, I'm knee deep, most weeks in cases and trying to document, the story behind, the headlines. You see it in the headlines, so and so killed, their spouse, and murdered their children, using Christopher Watts as an example. Well, who is Christopher Watts? Why'd he do it? What do we know about the individual and the family structure? What can we document behind it? And this is what I spend my life doing, is that. In a lot of aspects, people don't really, appreciate it, but a lot of people do. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people do appreciate the work that I put in, but at the same time, it doesn't, the respect and the admiration for what I do, and not diving into the drama and actually paying respect to the victims. There are a lot of people who do respect that and watch that and appreciate it, but it doesn't translate necessarily into success or into, subscribers. I guess, if you use subscriber number as a metric of success. Yeah, it's a shame that Mike Stevens, Jody, is a shame, such a waste. She had so much and she threw it all away. And Chris had a sweet children who looked at him as their hero. They had so much, and they threw it all away. Nothing will drop you to your knees faster, Mike, than, was it Celeste, who was in the car seat and said that Daddy was her hero, and then knowing what he did to her and Bella. I mean, and then you think about you put it in context. After he loaded Shanann in the truck, and he took and then loaded both of the girls in the truck, from the time that he left his home to the time he drove all the way out to his work site, nothing, absolutely nothing stopped him from going through with not only just burying his wife and his unborn child, but then taking the lives of his two daughters, or however it really played out. Did he do this one first or that one first? It doesn't matter. And people can argue all day long about it, and it comes down to the only one we actually know any accounting for, when time wise, what act did he do first, is from him. And he's an habitual liar. He is never going to tell anybody the absolute truth. He's never going to tell anybody, why he did it, or how he did it, or when he did it, or what he was thinking. He's going to do enough to deflect the guilt from himself, because that's who he is. And that's human nature on top of it. Sad. Alley Cat, good morning. And welcome to the stream. I hope you had a wonderful week. Seeds of Hope, Oh, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Seeds of Hope. I hope you had a wonderful week as well. Sarah, good morning. Lori Dumbbell bugs me. Lori Vallow, Daybell, whatever. Yeah, but she's always going to be Lori Vallow to me. Chad Dumbbell. But Lori's a completely different individual than a lot of the other cases that I've covered, because I don't think she ever got her hands dirty herself. I think she had Alex do all her dirty work for her. Alex was at the beacon, call for everything that she wanted. She wanted someone killed. Alex did it. She wanted someone threatened. Alex did it. She wanted something done other criminal wise. Alex did it. He was always there for everything that she ever wanted, and it's sad. Chamberlain Allman, what's your opinion on Christopher Watts? I was just talking about it, Chamberlain. I hope that I was able to answer your question. I think Christopher Watts, in a nutshell, is one sick son of a beep and doesn't deserve another breath. I think that they should have taken into account the family's wishes, the Ruschek's feelings on if they wanted to seek the death penalty. But I think ultimately it should have been up to the state to actually carry out the death penalty. But understand at the same time, even if they would have sought the death penalty in the state of Colorado, they had a moratorium at the time. Now they've done away with it completely forever. But they had a moratorium on the death penalty at that time, so they wouldn't have executed him anyways. But at least he would have spent his life on death row, 23 hours a day in lockdown, where now he has more freedom to walk around. He can have a job. He can make phone calls to mommy and daddy whenever he wants. He can get commissary as much as he wants, and he has money for it. And all of that is more than his wife and his children ever got from that moment on. The moment he decided to put his hands in anger and violence against Shanann, he sealed his fate right then and there. And it sealed basically the fate of his two daughters and unborn son. So that's what I think about Christopher Watts. He's a giant piece of beep. Oh, Connie Kelly, Diana Downs makes you sick. Lil Ton 2. Good morning. Thank you very much. I'm glad you appreciate and enjoy the content. Seeds of Hope. I'm currently getting ready to go up to Corvallis to look at it. And Elwood, missing since 1978. I fully believe the guy that took her is the same one that took my cousin from Gresham the same time. Corvallis, Washington. Seeds of Hope. Where are you heading up from? You said that you're heading up to Corvallis. Just curious if you want to tell everyone. It's interesting though. I'm trying to catch up with the stream, everyone. It froze there for a good period. Well, I've been hoping and praying that they find the missing 5-year-old girl from Tennessee. Same here, Connie. I've been reading about it and keeping up with it as much as I can, but it's hard. There's a lot of hype. Let's just say trying to disseminate between the hype and the wow, the shock and awe that they've been adding to it, and the speculation, trying to get that out of it and just get the facts on it so far has been hard. But that's a general thing in the media. They have to sell airtime. They get they have advertisers who want you to buy another Pepsi or buy life insurance, who are running ads on their evening news and then in their newspapers. Nothing sells in newspaper, in airtime faster than sex, drugs, and the death and harm of children. White children. Get that absolutely right through your heads, everyone. White children. When it comes to murder and things that happen to white children, you will get far more airtime on white children than you will of any child of another ethnicity. And that goes for a lot when it comes to adults as well. Crimes that happen to white women versus women of color. You get far more airtime on a white woman, in a crime that's happened to her. That's just the way it is. The bias is everywhere. If you actually step back and look at it, and case in point, look at the Maya Millette case and what's happened in that case and how much airtime that has gotten nationally. Yeah, in Arizona, Utah, New Mexico, somewhat in Colorado, and where those stations are located, we've gotten some good airtime there. But I can tell you about half a dozen other cases at the same time that have happened in other parts of the United States to white women that have gotten national airtime back and forth across. It's been ping pong and back and forth like a ping pong ball. Evening news, national news, and have picked it up. Maya Millette, bleep on the screen, and it's sad. Francis Delarue, welcome, Francis. I wish someone would do a deep dive on Justin Ross Harris, who wanted out of a conservative existence and family life. So he left his child in the broiling heat of a locked car for hours. I'll write it down. Francis, I can't guarantee that I'll cover it, but I will write it down and look into it because I'm not familiar with it. Francis de la Rue. Justin Ross, not Rose, Ross Harris. Harris. And if I do cover it, I will give you a shout out in the video itself. I'm sorry if I missed anyone's comments. My stream is not doing what it normally is. It's coming in chunks, like 20 at a time. Glowworm, good morning. And I really am sorry if I missed anyone and didn't say good morning to you. I hope you all had a great weekend and a week up to this point, and you have a great weekend. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. I have to start pitching that to everybody to like the video if you like the content. Don't do it now. Wait till the end. Wait till the end and actually give it a thumbs up if you actually really like the content. That makes more, it means more to me if I get all the likes at the end as opposed to the 15 in the beginning. Because at least I know that whoever's watching the content is actually liking it because they actually like the content. It helps me understand what I can do to make a difference in what I need to change. Short and Nice, good morning. Did it already? Thank you very much. Reichart, good morning. Now, in case you guys didn't see the beginning of the stream, I am using my Canon camera this morning. It's a duplicate of this one. This one's dusty. The main computer in this one went out, and I had to buy a replacement. So this is the one that's on the tripod right now that we're using is the Canon SX 530 HS. This one, I can't. They're pretty much garbage. They don't have interchangeable lenses. They're about $400 a piece, but that's what I'm using here. Now the video quality of the stream, that's up to YouTube. Obviously, it's most likely not broadcasting it in 4K. It's probably something around 1080p or 1100 something. But that's YouTube. But anyways, um, lost my train of thought there for a second. Oh, so I'm using the camera this morning because I'm testing it out. You can live stream with one of these. They have an actual setting on the top for for live streaming. But I'm trying to see how long the actual battery is and the flip up screen on it. I'm watching it right now. We're doing really good. We're only down 1 bar, but we've only been streaming for 38 minutes. But I can't turn the camera off. Whereas we're normally if I'm streaming with my other camera, I can turn the camera off when I smoke, but I can't do it today, ladies and gentlemen. So if smoking triggers you, thank you and have a good day. Because I can't turn the camera off, and I don't want to, trigger anyone. I always put my touch DNA on that, like your stream's full. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate it. I went through my analytics for the last year, and I mean since I started this YouTube channel, I've never asked anybody to like my videos. Occasionally I might put a reminder in a video, but I never ask I never come on a live stream and say, hey man, like my comment, hit that bell icon, do all that stuff that drives me nuts when I watch it and see someone say it myself. And I never ask anyone for, to support my content. Don't become a Patreon member, because I have exclusive hidden content over there. I don't think of channel membership and Patreon that way. It supports my content, and I really do appreciate each and every person who does that. But I don't mean to hide the content behind it. If somebody, out there says, hey, I can't be a channel membership, I can't afford it, but have you ever covered this case? And if I have a video about it, I'll give them the damn link. And here you go. Here's the content that I have. I'm not going to keep up behind a paywall just because I can. And I'm not going to make exclusive live streams on for channel members and for Patreon members, and then exclude people at different levels. Like, okay, this is only for the top tier people who can afford the most. It's for everyone. Everyone, if you're a Patreon member and I do a Patreon member stream, it's for every member. It doesn't matter if you're 99 cents a month, 3 cents a day. I'll give you the same content as the person who's paying, $18 a month. And yes, I understand that really upsets some people. But the only thing I can say to them is, I didn't ask you to pay $18 a month. But I treat everyone the same. You should want to do it because you can and you want to, not because you're going to get something, some bonus out of it that's more than somebody else. And I know I'm doing a horrible job of explaining how I feel about it and how I think about it, but it's Saturday. It's morning. It's early. I haven't finished my coffee yet. Emily says, smoke them if you got them. Thank you, K-Love. I mean, I have no control over it. That's the one thing that's always bothered me with YouTube. With my other camera, K-Love, I can upload in 4K and 4K Ultra. I can film in that, I can upload in that, and then it's completely up to you, depending upon what server you get on with YouTube, if it's going to be in 4K or if it's going to be in 1080p. I can spend all the time in the world, and I've spent an awful lot on all this equipment, from microphones and stereo mixers and, editing and everything else. I can do that, and then you upload it to YouTube, and it can play off time on audio and video. Can be off, where the quality is just not there. And you're really at the mercy of YouTube. Now, there's a lot of creators out there who are in the same boat and they see the same things, but we just don't bitch about it because people, we all know it, but there's nothing we can do about it. And what use is it there to complain to your fans about it? So I didn't see I have to redo my payment. I told Skip you this month. Well, Sarah, it's okay. Chris McManus, Bill Hicks. Bill Hicks. Why does that name sound familiar? Bill Hicks. There's Leave It to Bieber. Good morning, Bieber. How are you doing this morning? Welcome to the stream. I hope you had a terrific week. I have 2 videos right now that are in my suggested list that are from you that I have to catch up on. I did not catch them yet. I was busy this week. Didn't get to catch up on anything. I got to go on the duty runs last night for his stream about the Maya Millette case, but bye, Seeds of Hope. I hope you have safe travels up to Corvallis. Good morning, Brandy. Oh, from Brian Hicks. Bill Hicks. Is he a comedian? Brandy James. Boy, we are getting storms in Michigan. That's easy for it to happen, though, Bieber. To let a story consume you. I've had a couple of those over the course of it's like the story of James Hutchinson. We've had damn near a month blackout media-wise of any coverage at all from mainstream media because, well, it's not really interesting that they send boat divers out to with sonar to go around the bridge area where they threw James in. That doesn't make for great evening news, but that's all that's happened in the last month. His mother and her fiance are incarcerated, so they're not going anywhere. Nothing new there. But James Hutchinson's story, I mean, that's an everyday thing for me. I'm always into it, and I'm looking for more information to find out if something that is going on in the case. It's easy to get suckered in, not suckered in, but just be sucked down into that rabbit hole and to be totally consumed over a case. I wish I could tell you how to not to do it, but I don't even know how to do it myself. How to not get completely consumed by a case. Yeah, Connie, when it came to like the Christopher Watts case, the major issue there was not only getting the news out, but it was one of the first cases that it was huge on the internet, on top of the news itself. And also the biggest, happy Father's Day To you, I can sense your children are blessed, and I'm blessed by your insights. Happy Father's Day. And today's my birthday. On top of it, every 3 years, Father's Day falls on my birthday. But today is my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Elizabeth, good morning. Lehan, you're on the air. What's going on? Elizabeth, not a whole heck of a lot today. Today, for my birthday, I'm not going to do much of anything today. I'm taking most of the day off from doing anything. Now tomorrow I have two live streams tomorrow. Well, or no, one live stream and then trivia tomorrow Sunday. And I have the podcast that I'm doing as well. So that's going to consume most of my day. I'll be in here a good portion of the day. So today, I'm not doing much of anything. Just going to take the day off, relax. My family is here in my house right now. Casey and Anthony was the first huge social media internet case. Yeah, Chris, for in a lot of aspects, she was, in her case was, and what she did to her daughter, and what happened to her daughter. But it wasn't really as huge as much as you look back at it. You look at the total traffic and stories and everything else that around her, the Casey Anthony case. Nowhere near Christopher Watts. Now we're 2+ years out from his conviction on there, and right, 2+ years, or 2 years, somewhere in there. We're getting close to it. I lose track. It's really easy after a while to lose track of when actual things happened in a timeline. But when it came to the Christopher Watts case, it was not only people who were covering the case itself, but all the speculation, rumors, and channels who start. And there are channels right now who have 100% of their content from day one to now is still nothing but Christopher Watts every single day. There are channels that's 100, not 100% of their content. Maybe it's only 90% or 80% of their content. And then, then there's those channels out there that are just so full of shit. Sorry for my language, but they will do anything and everything to keep the story going, and to milk people out of more and more money. And we all know who I'm talking about there. Faithful one, good morning. Welcome to the stream, Faithful one. Has anyone seen Light Feather around? I know she hasn't been doing well health-wise, but I believe either yesterday was her birthday or it's coming up. But I wanted to send her, well wishes, and I wanted to send her, like an birthday card. But I can't find her anywhere on my channel anymore as a subscriber or anywhere. So if you happen to be on another stream or in the comment section somewhere and you see Light Feather, can you just at least tell her, happy birthday, for me, and that I hope that she's doing well. Till Dawn, the jurors was some part of his family lied to get on, and he had the hearing yesterday about and he may get a walk. Wow. Anita, good morning, and thank you for the saying happy birthday. I hope you had a wonderful week. I do believe NK has gotten away with something, not sure what. K-Love, you haven't seen Light Feather either? I hope she's doing well. People think that like, you're just a YouTube creator. You don't care. You have too many people that are here now. That's not true at all. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, that I talk to, and I make sure that I try to respond to their comments or their posts on the community tab. I try to interact with them as much as possible. Send him to the general population. Would that be nice, Chris? To send Mr. Watts to general population? Unfortunately, it won't happen. Lisa Irwin, good morning. You saw Light Feather yesterday online? Well, I hope she's doing well. There are still Watts stories being created. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there are people out there they're going to beat that horse dead time after time after time. They're never going to give up on it. And as sick and as disgusting as it is, especially that one person out there who has done so much harm. Who was it this morning that has the icon? Change your actual icon to raise awareness for YouTube, encouraging victim bashing and harassment of victims. I saw somebody with it this morning. There it is. It was Sam. Sam's got it. Sam changed his icon to it, and it's true though. YouTube does encourage it and promote it. It's just there's so many of their policies they just don't use. And during the COVID shutdown, when they furloughed employees, they were getting paid to stay at home and work. They weren't doing their jobs. Just an email to YouTube about a copyright or a community guideline issue where you saw someone clearly violating the community guidelines. It took a month to get just a canned reply back. We're looking into it. Just a month. But so for almost a year we had a complete disconnect from their system, and even before then they didn't really push or enforce their policies the way that they should. I'm all done with Watts, Alley Cat. So same here, sweetheart. Same here. I've been wondering about Light Feather, sending well wishes and prayers to her. Well, thank you, Beaver. I hope she, someone is able to reach out and actually get a hold of her and let her know, happy birthday, and to also, that we care and we hope that she's doing well. Do you think Watts is scared he might get placed in Gen Pop? Colleen, he'll never be placed in Gen Pop. The way that the prison system works, and I'll explain this briefly, is when a prisoner is put in, is brought to a prison, the prison system itself has to give a certain amount of protection to certain inmates. Those who have actually been listed and classified as high risk to reoffend, they're obviously put in a more restrictive environment. Those who are, maybe they're there because they turned state witness, they're obviously not going to put them in a group where they testified against the individuals. They have to offer some kind of protection. They can't protect them from everything. But in a case of like Christopher Watts, he is such a horrific case, and an individual himself, that if they put him in general population, three things you can guarantee would happen right away. Someone is going to attack his stupid ass for what he did to children. The one thing that inmates themselves hate the most is anyone who hurts children. You hurt a child, you kill a child, you're never going to get along in general population. There's going to be somebody out there who's going to go after you. And they have to watch their backs 24 hours a day. And to a large extent, he has to do it right now, even in protective custody. But in they will never be put in the general population because that number one rule, inmates hate them. The second thing, that someone like Christopher Watt would have to watch out for is extortion, blackmail, or protection. Like, hey, I'll protect you if you join our group, and maybe the Aryan Brotherhood or whatever the group might be, or whoever it is. But using Christopher Watt as an example, it'd be most likely that the Aryan Brotherhood or a group like that would say, we'll protect you. You give us so much per week of your commissary, or we'll just take your commissary every week anyways. But you just keep on buying it as long as you want to be protected. So that's another reason why they can't put him in the general population. And then the third would be another one along that line of an extortion that would happen to him. So you can't put him in general population. Either someone's going to get him, attack him, kill him, or they're going to extort him or blackmail him, or do something, to take everything he has. And every day he would have to be watching his back. Now, even in protective custody, there are inmates in there who are going to want to get at him for what he did. They're not going to agree, but most of the people who are in that protective custody unit where he is are there because they've either, maybe they ratted on, current state's evidence against a group that they belong to. They're either former law enforcement or something, where they cannot be put in the general population because they would be a victim themselves. And I don't know for a fact, but there very well may be a couple of individuals who are in his actual housing unit. There's 16 guys in his actual housing unit where he is, in his pod. But of the 16, I think there are one or two who may also be there because they are child killers themselves. But I can't confirm that. And there's nobody that's ever going to confirm that. The prison's never going to confirm that. So you can guarantee that you will hear eventually, if you haven't heard it already, that someone is going to speculate on what all 16 of those guys are in that housing pod for. The prison's never going to tell you who's in there. They're never going to say, here's a list of all 16 people that are in that housing unit. Mark Means wants private meetings with Lori in the hospital. Lisa, I have a video coming out right after this stream today on Lori Vallow and Mr. Means and his ongoing ridiculous motions that he keeps on filing with the court. And yes, he wants to visit her in person 3 times a week. But it's a lot more than that, Lisa. He wants a lot more than that. So putting Christopher Watts, the general population, what would gain and what would we lose? Well, we would definitely lose Christopher Watts in probably a very short order of time. He'd have a giant bullseye on his back 24 hours a day, while he's there, probably from his own cellmate, and then on. Child killers are, and those who harm children, either child pedophilia or whatever, would never make it in general population. They don't. They're it's happened time and time and time again. And even though you could be another inmate, you could be there on embezzling charges, all right, embezzlement, and that's what you got convicted of. If someone in the actual prison starts a rumor and says, I know why he's here. He's here because he raped a child. And even though you're there for embezzlement, you've never done anything to a child, a rumor like that can get someone killed in a very short order of time. Where Christopher Watts, we all know what the hell he did. He killed his children and his wife. So everyone knows about that because it's such a high profile case. What would we gain? Yeah, we'd gain the death of Christopher Watts. What would we get in the short order? We'd get the death of Christopher Watts. If not, he'd get his ass kicked every day, or as often as they could get to him. Caroline, you're not watching the Watts movie? I'm not watching any of them. Although they did use me in the pseudo documentary. Was it on Lifetime or whatever in the trailer and in the print material for it? I had absolutely no part in that at all. They never asked me. They never paid me. Nothing. They never contacted me. Nothing. But they did it anyways. I don't think it was Lifetime though, but I think it was one of their subsidiaries. Still sucked. I got so much freaking hate over that. Well, how dare you be part of this? You're getting paid. All this time we thought that you were giving money to the family from all your YouTube, but you're just milking us all for the money. It's not true. Never has been true. They have a new one coming out. I don't want to watch any of them. I did read through a good portion of Cato's book, but I don't know if anybody else has ever read her book. It's not very well written. Within like the first like 3 chapters of Miss Cato's book, by the time I got to the 3rd chapter, I was like, I'm going to put this book in the fireplace. I don't want to read any more of this. Not because of the content, it was just how the book is structured and how it's written. I'm like, I know high school students who write much better than this, who could have done a much better job. Alicat agrees. It's not well written at all. Means is a nut himself, so no wonder he likes Lori. I wonder if he really has the experience, or if he has the ability to defend her in such a high profile case. That's what I keep on wondering about Mr. Means. Well, I couldn't get through her book. Carrie, you couldn't either? What up? Oh. Hey. You can set it right there. Oh, I'm not going to sit here and eat in front of everybody on the live stream. Remember, every Saturday morning I do live stream.
I'm sure they won't mind if you have breakfast.
Nope. Set it there.
Today, for his birthday, I have made him well, I didn't make him. I bought Mary and Barry cinnamon rolls. Delicious. And bacon.
Here.
Oh, what? Ah! Hi, chat. How are you?
Now tell him.
Bacon and Mary and Barry cinnamon
Bacon and Mary and Barry cinnamon.
Well, there's your breakfast.
My wife wants to clog up any arteries that I have not previously clogged.
Yeah, there's one by your ear.
Oh, there's one right here by my ear. Oh, yeah, that's true. That one still works.
Anyways, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Love you, babe.
Love you too. Yummy.
You're so cute. Okay, you were. Now you're not. Stop doing that.
Hey, well, while you're up.
All right, but only because it's your birthday.
Yay! She's going to get me more coffee. Glowworm says, hi, Crystal.
Hi, Glowworm.
Good morning, beautiful. Carrie Ludwig. Hi, Miss Finley. She's Carrie. My wife is a WSU graduate as well. She's not a graduate of Pullman. She actually graduated from WSU in the Tri-Cities. Thank you.
Here's your coffee, handsome. Give us a kiss, babe.
Thank you.
Bye, chat.
Ramona, good morning. Yeah, she graduated from WSU Tri-Cities campus. Um, this is 2021, so it would have been 2017. April Sunset, happy birthday, Will. No, thank you, April, and good morning. I hope you had a wonderful week. Oh, short nights, thank you. I'm a very lucky man, and it does not miss me at all. I understand just how lucky I am. Move this camera back this way a little bit. Sorry about that, everyone. Because I'm happy, clap if you feel that happiness is the truth. It's the only way I can think of to actually be off the camera, since I can't turn the camera off this morning. Well, thank you, 12-step woman, and good morning. Again, I saw a 12-step yesterday on Duty Ron's live stream, where I was telling you guys about earlier on the Maya Millette. Yesterday was my nephew's 21st birthday, and we actually, while I was watching the Duty Ron live stream, he was watching it with me, and he was asking if he was like, she looks like she's probably Filipino. Is she Filipino? Have you contacted the Falam about her being missing? And I said, yeah, well, we've contacted the the Falam, which is the Filipino American Society, and we they put out notices to other Falam Filipino American Society members in and around the area where Maya Millette went missing. But he was like, wow, he was really surprised. And then he's also surprised, that her husband Larry wants his damn guns back. Like he should be worried about that. Patricia Taylor, what's the topic today? And happy birthday to you. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia, every Saturday morning I do these live streams, and they have no real topic at all. It's anything and everything that whoever comes here wants to talk about. Earlier we've talked about prison. We talked about Christopher Watts. We talked about other people who have done crimes that we can't stand. Limited in everything, but they're a general chat. It's to check up on everybody and make sure that our friends and our family and those who other fellow creators who are out there that we're doing well, and we're getting by in these strange times that we're living in. But I was off by my count, by the way, everyone. This is my 187th Saturday morning stream, and we've had 6 of those 187 that had actual topics. But this is the 187th, not the 181st, 187th live stream on Saturday mornings. So do I, Alicat. I really appreciate what he's doing, and to a large extent, it's he has the knowledge, he has the experience, he has the connections to talk about what he's talking and what he's covering. I can't believe that his subscriber count is as low as it is. It should be over 1 million, but it's not right now. But he'll get there. I have no doubt about that at all. And he tells it, and just how it is, and keeps all the speculation and the rumors. To a large extent, he tries to keep it out of his content, and I really appreciate that. I really do. It's hard to find somebody out there, on YouTube who wants to, get justice for the victims and remember the victim and not the perpetrator. So many people want to zero in on how to, and without, maybe they don't know it, but they do it anyways. They glorify the actual perpetrator themselves, and they talk more about the perpetrator and not the victims of the crimes that we cover. And and just like the Orrin and Orson West, we got to find those boys. Somebody out there has the information. Somebody knows something or seen something or heard something. Criminals, for large extent, when they do things, they talk about it. That maybe they, whoever knows that final little piece of information is going to be able to solve the entire thing. Maybe they don't understand, that the person that they were talking to, who they heard, or maybe they don't understand that one little tiny piece of information that they have is important. But they can leave that information on an anonymous tip line. It's like the video I did the other day on the boys. It's there. Keep it classy too. Well, thank you. So I have a question before I have to go. Yes, Sarah? What is the question? In Lori's case, this mark means getting or requesting to be personally involved in her returning to competency is a little weird or not. Oh, it's extraordinarily weird, Sarah. It's extraordinarily weird. And Sarah, after this stream this morning, I have a video that I will have on this entire thing that's going to go through each and every one of the motions that he filed the other day. And I take each and every one of the motions and I go through them all. But to say that it's extremely weird is kind of an understatement. It is never in the entire history of the state of Idaho have they had an attorney who not only wanted to be the attorney on record and to take care of the legal part of it, but what Mr. Means is asking is he wants to have power of attorney over Lori at the same time so he can make medical decisions in advance before they do anything for her. Do you guys get that? Grasp that? He wants to defend her legally in a court of law against the actual the crimes that she has allegedly done. We all know she did them, but allegedly at this point that she has done. And then he wants to interject himself into her recovery, restorative care is what it's called in the state of Idaho. He wants to interject himself before the doctors give her any medication, before they do any psychotherapy on her, before she goes to group. He wants to have complete say over everything that they do to try to get her restorative care. You can't even get a family member with the power of attorney to actually do that. But he's trying to do something that's extraordinary. It's never been done in the state of Idaho. For a large portion of what he wants to do, most of it will get knocked down. It won't fly. The court's just going to, Mr. Wood is sitting there with his hands up, like, what the hell is this? What are you even trying to do? So, I hope that answers your question, Sarah. It's really creepy, yeah. Strange, yeah. Oh, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of different things that we can actually dive into. But I hope to address it all in the video that'll be launched right after this stream is over with. So, Stardust, just stopping in to wish you a happy birthday. Well, thank you, Stardust, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend and week ahead. Thank you very much. Well, 12-step woman, I think I'm a good man. I mean, I try. I do stumble. I do make mistakes in life, but that is part of being human. And I try to learn from my mistakes whenever I make them. So, and I don't have time to be anybody else but me. This is who I am. Take it or leave it. Love me or hate me. It's what it basically comes down to. And I think in a lot of cases, that's duty Ron as well. That's who he is. You love him or hate him. He's going to keep on doing it, and all the naysayers that are out there that are going to what how did my daughter how's my daughter put that? Throw shade, all right? Throw shade. I think that's how it's put. About the saying is throw shade. Throw shade at us. We just don't care, and we don't let it bother us. It's not that we don't care. We don't let it bother us. Elaine, good morning. I hope you had a terrific week. We all have a past. It doesn't define I am now. No, nor should it. The only thing that should define you, Elaine, and anybody else out there is who you are going to be today and who you are going to try to be and what you're going to be tomorrow. The past is the past. I mean, does anybody ever watch Adventures with Purpose? And Jared, he's the main guy on Adventures with Purpose, and what he does, in trying to help bring closure to families for those who are missing. Debbie, hi Will, how's things going? Going pretty good, Debbie. Thank you, very much for asking. I'm having a wonderful day. Going to do the stream for a little bit longer, and then I'm going to do pretty much nothing the rest of the day. Yes, they're awesome. But Adventures with Purpose. If you want to check out a YouTube channel, that's what the channel is called, Adventures with Purpose. And he does underwater like scuba diving, and they remove cars and stuff like that from rivers and ponds, and they help give closure to families where people who have ended up in a watery grave for whatever reason. And they also help try to clean up the environment by removing these things from the river, and lakes and ponds or whatever, wherever they may be. But Jared, the reason why I'm bringing it up is, besides his great content, he's a great guy. And I've worked with him in the past. Is he's got a past, and if we looked at Jared and we said, okay, based on your past, this is who you are today. That's not him. Who he is today is a completely different person than he was in his 20s. He's a different person than he was, basically in his early 30s. But today, we judge him on what he is doing today for the world and helping, families, get closure for missing loved ones. I mean, you can't ask for anything more. And doing it without having to knock on doors and beg people for their money to fill the gas tanks, and the scuba tanks in order to do this. If it wasn't for, Patreon and channel members and people giving super chats to him, he wouldn't be able to do it. And that's true. I mean, he's getting paid the same rate on video watches as I am. 1/10 of a cent. That's what we make per view. 1/10 of a cent. I watched that channel, Will. It's pretty good channel, Adventures with Purpose. Yeah. He's done, Carrie, he's been everywhere all over the United States, from, the South to the West. He was up here in Multnomah County, helping with trying to find solve a case there where I can't remember what her name is, but she went swimming with friends on I want to say it was on the Multnomah River, but it was, I think it was something else. But it was before the Dalles. But he's been there. He's been up outside of where the Lower Granite Dam is here in Washington. He helped solve a case up there. But yeah, he's been everywhere. Wherever the adventure takes him, wherever he can help. I don't know why that's. Oh. Beaver. There it is. It wasn't giving me. Beaver, I removed your actual comment there, sweetheart, just because it has your email in it. But I have your email already saved. So I'll get a hold of you after this all this. But please don't take that as an offense, because I removed it, because of that. You don't know who's going to watch this later on, and I don't want to see your email blow up and have 10,000, emails because somebody wants to sell you, penis enlargement pills or whatever, because it happens. Trust me. I've put my email address out there a couple of times, and it has happened to me over and over again. Every time. Cement Shoes. Good morning. Do you know who I've always wanted to volunteer for? Tim at Texas Equisearch. That's cool. Oh, Beaver, take my channel name, okay, and then put it together, no space in between there, and then just add the word business after that at Gmail. 411, so the channel name, then the word business at Gmail. That is how you get a hold of me. You can also go to the About Me page, and you scroll down, and it's there as well, but it's hidden. It'll say email address. You click on, there's like a slightly grayer box you'll see on your laptop or on your desktop computer. It shows a little bit differently, color-wise on a cell phone. But you click on that, and it's going to ask you if you're a robot. If you are not a robot, which we all know you're not, and it will. You click on, you say, "I'm not a robot," and then it will show you my actual email address. So it's there in the About Me tab as well here on YouTube. But anyways, good morning, Cement Shoes. I hope you had a terrific week, and I hope that everything is going well with you. Colleen, goodbye, Will. Have a happy birthday and great Father's Day. Thank you very much. To everybody else out there who is celebrating Father's Day tomorrow, I hope you all have a wonderful Father's Day. And if your father is not here, anymore, I just say a prayer and think of a happy memory, about something with their fathers. If you grew up, and your father was never around, celebrate your mother tomorrow, who was there as your mother and your father, in that position. And there's a lot of fathers out there who been mother father. They've had to play both roles. There are a lot of mothers out there who had to play both roles, and the raising of children. But we all came from somewhere. Close to one. It's Tim. That's the owner of CEO of Texas Equestrian. His daughter was murdered years back, a while back. Yeah. Good stuff they're doing. It damn right is. Hey. No, honey. That's my wife right there, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Teal Ocelot. That's my wife. Did I eat my breakfast yet? No, I haven't. I told you I wasn't going to. Not until I'm done. I'm about to wrap it up here in about another 3 minutes. And then I will eat while I I have a video that I'm releasing right after this. Mary, Will. Hey, Will. Hope you're having a great weekend. I am, Mary. Today's my birthday, and I'm not doing anything today, Mary. I'm just going to take the day and relax. I'm not going to work at all other than this. Doing this live stream this morning to make sure that everyone is doing well, to check up on everyone. And then I'm going to relax, and might go play some golf. Yeah, all right. I most likely will. Still waiting to hear back from everybody that I golf with, but and then tomorrow, I think I'm barbecuing tomorrow. But I have a lot of work I have to do in here. Leave it to Beaver. Oh, that's my YouTube email. It's public, anyways. But I appreciate it and would have never known if you wouldn't have said it. I'm driving. Well, same thing, Beaver. I just don't want to see people, blow up you and clog up your email address, full of junk mail. And you have to also be careful out there because you never know, even if it is your business email address, there are a lot of wackanuts out there. But trust me, they come in all different shapes and sizes and colors. I have one lady who stalked me to the end of the earth, who has done everything that she can to try to convince me that she is the sibling of a murder victim. And unfortunately, I know the murder victim didn't have any siblings, no half siblings, no siblings at all. But she has tried everything she can to convince me that she is the sibling of this individual, and that she is that my reporting on it is wrong. That everything I said about the victim and the murder and the case is wrong, and that what I need to do is bring her up on a live stream. She's tried everything. She's even tried looking up my wife or contacting my wife. She's gone on to every social media platform, and I've had to block her everywhere. And I told her in the last email, reply back. I said, if you don't leave me alone, I'm going to have to, turn all this over to the authorities, because you're harassing me and stalking me. And I laid out my entire case, that I talked to the mother, I talked to the father of this individual, and they never had any other children, and they've been married for 52 years. They never had any extramarital affairs, so there's no secret family out here anywhere. But she's convinced that she is the sibling of this individual who was murdered. But that's the kind of people you meet through all this. And you also meet, all these great individuals, like, everybody here in the comment section. Sounds wackadoo? Oh, yeah. Definitely wackadoo. Caroline, good morning. I'm sorry if I missed you earlier. I hope you had a terrific week. This stalking, it's beyond stalking. When I don't know if anybody caught them though, but about 2 weeks ago, she kept on replying over and over again to every single comment in the comment section on different videos, trying to, hey, do you know, asking people, do you know his email address? Do you know where he lives? Do you know where, how I can get a hold of him? Over and over again. So there was like 1,200 comments on that video. And she probably replied to 1,200, different comments. But I had to go through and I had to block her from the channel. So that took away all those, the 1,200 of them right away. But I think they were up, her replies to all those were 4 or 5 hours before I caught it. But I've had a blocker on Facebook, and Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. I had to reach out to Discord to make sure she couldn't join underneath any of the 3 different email addresses she has. But what are you going to do? You never know what's going to happen before somebody comes after me and decides that they want to seek revenge on me. Because she was very adamant about the fact that I am everything that I said about this individual, the victim of a crime, was wrong. I reported on everything that was wrong. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Well, how come she stalks your friend? Uh, I don't know, 12-step woman. I have no idea what her actual mental health issues are. But there's definitely, if you would have seen all the emails and the original correspondence I had with her, originally it started off pretty innocent. She wanted to clarify a couple things about her brother, who she said that was the victim of this crime, and she wanted to clarify some of them and see if I would release an apology or a correction. And I was actually really considering doing that. But before I ever got a chance to actually make that video or make an apology for it, I wanted to double check the information myself. So I went back through my notes and everything else and that I had on video, audio notes, written notes, and I was like, it's not matching up. So before I could even reach back out with her, now we're talking about a total like maybe 4 days there from the time the email where she wanted me to make a correction to the time when I was about to make it, and then none of it checked out. Then she started emailing me in like a frantic succession. There was like 10 emails back to back to back, and it was like she was writing a book. Telling me about her life story and about how everything that I did was wrong and how it's wrong for me to be on YouTube, and I shouldn't be in the position that I am as a reporter, talking about this content, or any kind of true crime. But it just got crazier from there. But and then I was like, okay, she's gone way over the top. She didn't threaten me or make accusations of threat towards me until almost the end, when I started blocking her from social media. Something is so wrong when people get obsessed with you nonstop, no matter what the issue is. They will not stop. Very dangerous and scary. Very true, Debbie. Very true. But then again, at the same side though, I've made some really good friends through this platform, and making content. I have some terrific connections that I don't think I would ever have otherwise, and I've met people and learned a lot from the experiences of others out there. So. You probably have, Gone Girl, because she was around for a while, but until I blocked her, and then she set up another email, another screen. Well, I think she already had the email, so she set up another screen name with another email address, and then she did it again. So it could have been one of those 3, but. Oh, she got my full attention there, Deb, for a while. My GF has a psychotic stalker since 2006. Still talking about her like she is associated with him. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, they're but you have to, in the beginning, when I first started this channel, I've had some pretty scary experiences, But after a while, you have to find a way to be able to put the bad experiences aside and focus to keep focused on what you're doing. Because there were in the beginning, there were a lot of people that just wanted me to go away. And like it or not, in a lot of cases, ladies and gentlemen, people don't like the facts. They would much rather believe the hype, the drama that they've been told initially, um, and it's scary because it really speaks to leaving true crime out of it, but it really speaks terribly about society when individuals can't separate the truth from what they've been told. You tell someone, and so they have a confirmational bias against anything else. I was told this first, and I believe this, and this is exactly how it is. And anything else that tries to question that information that I already have inside and what I know is absolute crap. And I want to do everything to destroy anything that is out here that is not what I've already learned and what I know to be the truth. There are a lot of people out there in society, and it's getting worse as the internet is becoming the only source of news to a lot of people. People don't read the newspaper anymore. Not that they're actually all that great anymore. They don't do real journalism anymore. Journalism has been partialed out to independent people within the Associated Press. Freelancers, that way they don't have to pay benefits to them. They don't have to give them any perks other than a paycheck. But that's the way that our world is gone. I always like to say that the days of um our Murrow and the real reporters of yesteryear years are gone. You'll never have another our Murrow, and you'll never have another hitting hard hitting reporter out there with news in mainstream media, because there's just no place for it. They have to start someplace else. They have to be somewhere else in order to be successful. To pay, they get that paycheck to be able to survive, and it's sad. Oh wow! So he's trying to get a hold of her any way he can. I try to be as accurate as possible, and I try to be as accurate as possible, Mary. And whenever I make mistakes, I humbly apologize for my mistakes and make sure that everyone knows that I've made a mistake. You know, and that for a large part of society, that just doesn't happen anymore. The newspaper, whenever they had to print a retraction, they didn't put it on the front page. They'd bury it on page number 17 next to the want ads or in the classifieds or next to it. They didn't want to come out and say that they made a mistake, because the story and the way that they told it the first time is what everyone's going to remember, and that's what they're going to hold as the truth. On your mom's floor? Wow. I'm sorry, Deb. Deb E. Oh, thank you to us, that woman. We're just starting on that one. If they had allegations against them that they were doing that in 2016, you have to think that the first allegations did not come from the very first victim. That the likelihood is it started before then. before 2016. By 2017, 2018, the beginning part of 2018, I have the actual dates and everything written down when each and every one of the reports were filed. But by, let's just say the beginning part of 2018, they already had 3 victims who had identical stories, who went to the authorities and reported it, who were then taken from the police department to the actual hospitals and tested, and everything else. And everything, their stories were corroborated 100%. Why were they not arrested in early 2018? Why did it take them until 2021 before anyone ever acted on it? How much more evidence do they need? It's sad. And how many more victims are out there? And again, like I said in the video, are we talking about, a dozen? Are we talking about a handful? How many of them are out there? And they didn't have any connections with law enforcement. A couple of members of his family have local businesses. It's a small town, but do they wield enough power in that small community to actually get the authorities to stay away? I don't know. But nothing would have happened if it wasn't for the fact that I think it was the last victim, started telling people to stay away from her Facebook page, and that she was actually using that Facebook page to lure these girls there, and what was going to happen to them if they went to their home. And it's sad as F. Debbie, yep, the new video will be up shortly right after this video. As soon as I'm done with this live stream, I have to go in, and then I turn on the fundraiser for Next for Autism, and then after I turn that on the video, then I will then click on release the other video. So probably about 6 minutes after this stream is over with, that video will be up on Lori Vallow. You keep booting yourself? Oh, I'm sorry, K-Love. Looked up her dead grandmother and gave a grave on the internet. Even Stephen King's villains are not that weird. How's little man? Carrie? Darling as ever. Darling as ever. So during the summer vacation, the school's out. His occupational therapist from school gave him a packet of different things, different fun things that we can do during the summer to help work on motor skills, occupational speech, and just schoolwork to make sure he doesn't slide backwards, but to stay at where he is or progress in the areas where he needs the most help. So we've been going through those. The first day, it didn't work out so well, but yesterday he was more attentive and wanting to do it. So hopefully, next week he'll want to do more and more of it. So but he's doing great otherwise. He's getting ready to grow. He's going to have another growth spurt here real shortly because that boy is bulking up on the carbs and everything else, man. He eats three meals a day and probably wants to, he'll have like 9 snacks throughout the day. And he's constantly wanting more and more and more. It's like, oh my God. But he makes my day worth it. Every day that I do this, it makes it worth it to me. So. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to go. I thank you all for joining me for this morning's live stream to chat about everything and nothing at the same time. I will be again tomorrow night. We will be doing a true crime trivia night again. Tomorrow is the special Father's Day edition. I'll do, it's Father's Day. So, but all the questions on tomorrow's trivia are all related to fathers who have committed actual crimes. So 100% of the questions are on fathers who committed actual crimes. So that's at 7 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time tomorrow here on YouTube. You can catch it. I hope to see you all there. And if I'm not able to, if you're not able to make it, you can watch it and rewind. But I hope that you have a pleasant and safe weekend. Again, thank you everyone for the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. And between now and when I see you again, have a safe, and happy week. So thank you again, everyone. And we will see you later.